everyone, and thank you very much for attending. First to Robert's point, and thanks for the invitation, Robert, and your endorsement. It means a lot. What Robert was mentioning about the macro perspective, if you allow me to touch on that quickly before I jump in, I recently published an article saying that gold is going to experience the same kind of bull market that we have seen with oil in the early 2000s. And as oil was starting to do well, the oil stocks had never been this cheap. And yet we were on the eve of the biggest rally of all time in oil when we went from $12 a barrel to $140 a barrel, and I strongly believe we are on the eve of seeing exactly the same thing for gold. So I published an article which had quickly about 500,000 views. There was a YouTube video that you can watch too that had about 35,000 views. That's a boring video, very boring. It's like reading a book. But if you want to have something a little bit more entertaining and easier to watch, you can Google my name, Simon Marcotte, and deep dive. I did an interview with Steve Hyland just last week, which is already going around quite fluidly. So I invite you to look at this. Obviously, you are already positive about gold if you're here this morning. But after you hear what I have to say about the sector, I think you're going to be more comfortable being in the sector and being a bit more patient to appreciate all of the upside that these stocks can provide if you're able to hang on. So I invite you to take a look at this. Now, as far as Northern Superior, so there's a lot going on into this company for just a few minutes of a presentation. There's actually two companies in one. We split the company in two recently, and we took our Ontario assets, created a company called OnGold. It's a new listing. It's been trading for about a year, and it has so we own more than half of OnGold. We did not distribute the shares, at least not for now. So if OnGold is successful, we'll benefit on the Northern Superior side. And also Agnico Eagle owns 15% of OnGold. Without going into too much details, OnGold has the Monument Bay project. Some of you may remember Mega Precious that had Monument Bay. Mega Precious was acquired by Yamana. Then Agnico ended up buying the Canadian assets of Yamana. The asset was on the back burner at Agnico, if you want. Doesn't deserve to be there. So Agnico saw OnGold as the right custodian for this asset. Monument Bay is 3 million ounces at about 1.2 gram a ton. We also have the famous TPK project in this company, which is the largest golden teal anomaly in North America, potentially the world. Big discovery in the making, and 25 grams over 13 meter is a drilled hole that came out of this. And we built a team really for Northern Ontario. Northern Ontario is all about social acceptability, relationship with local communities, First Nations. So we built a team that is quite impressive on that front. So I invite you to take a look at OnGold. Now, switching to the mothership, if you allow me to go like that. So Northern Superior, we are focused on Quebec. I'm not going to go through this, but Victor Cantore from Amex is our chairman. We have Adri from Detour, Melanie from Eldorado. Michael Gentili is our largest shareholder, and he's on the board. I'll point out that the most recent financing that we did, $8 million, that was fully underwritten by Cormark Securities. Out of the $8 million, we took down $1 million personally, the insiders, well, Michael, myself, and Victor. And after this, as insiders, we now own 25% of the company. For a company this size, it's pretty uncommon. I always say we only need one coffee in the morning when you own that much stock. Eric joined us as well from Nouveau Monde. So we are focused on Chibougamau. So it is a mining town. There's mining activities in the area and trees being cut for the lumber industry. So when it comes to jurisdiction, that's as good as it gets. That's a bit full as a slide, but let me go into the heart of the matter here. I want to make a point here that even in the dark days of mining that we had, obviously now we're out of it. I can hear the drums beat. The happy days are here again, but we went through some pretty bad years. And even during those years, you had some stocks that performed tremendously well when you had camps that emerged. And you had camps that emerged in Guyana, in Yukon, and in Finland. Most of the stocks that performed well over the last 5-6 years were in those camps. And the Chibougamau camp in Quebec is now emerging to provide the same type of size as these camps. I mean, the bottom right there, those are the ounces that have been defined in the camp of Chibougamau. So we are at 12.4 million ounces in total in the camp so far. That compares very well with Finland, which is being driven by Agnico Eagle, but companies like Rupert, companies like Orion benefited from that. And at 12.4 million ounces and growing very rapidly, if you know of another camp of this size that is not yet, if not owned, at least controlled by one of the super majors, let me know because I would care. But there's one specific attribute of this camp that really got us to want to get involved there. And it is that all of these deposits that you see there, that's basically that same table, all these deposits are very, very near one another. So near, in fact, that it's the perfect geology in order to do a hub and spoke model, i.e. all these deposits could feed the same mill. So if you're able to consolidate everything into under one roof, one joint venture, one corporate, whatever the structure might be, then you can do engineering design to all feed one mill. The problem was that before we showed up, all of these ounces were owned by 5 different companies. So we took opportunity of the dark years to consolidate the camp. And now, fast forward to today, all these ounces are owned either by OnGold or Northern Superior. And we also believe that we own the key to the camp. So if on top there, that's the Nelligan project that you may be familiar with. I mean, it's a new discovery, right? It was the discovery of the year in 2019. So this is not an old camp. This is not an old camp that's been known about and it goes up and down with the cycles. This is a new camp that's emerging. Nelligan's got more than 8 million ounces already at a grade that is typical for a bulk tonnage operation. But when I say that we believe we have the key to the camp is because Philibert has a higher grade and also has very strong metallurgy. And when you look at these type of projects, which are bulk tonnage operation, the payback period of these operations is what ultimately decide if the capital will come to build the mine. And Philibert is only 9 kilometers away from Nelligan and can really help optimize the camp in order to lower the payback period. So not that Philibert is not a project, a standalone project, it absolutely is. We already have 2 million ounces, but we've been drilling a lot, expect a lot more drilling results in a very, very near term. And we aim to increase or to update that resource as well and then advance the deposit. But there's so much value to create by putting it all together that I believe it will. Now, to Robert's point about, how do you call it, a bull market readjustment trade?
Bull market adjustment trade.
Bull market adjustment trade. I think there is 2 things that can provide that for Northern Superior. Over and above, imminent drilling results and all of this. As you know, OnGold has been laser focused on de-risking the ramp up of their Côte Lake mine in Ontario. It's been a rocky road. If you go back several years, it's been a rocky road for them. So de-risking the project has been important. And once they're done de-risking Côte Lake in Ontario, this is where they're going next. So National Bank published a research note on this saying this, the Chibougamau Gold Camp is the next stage of development for OnGold. So as soon as they start focusing and really moving their team and their resources to that camp, then that's going to put the spotlight on this. Also, National Bank mentioned in that same research note that OnGold could welcome a joint venture partner for the camp, i.e. a much larger company could come in and team up for the camp. So this could be another kind of black swan event that would really put the spotlight on this camp. So I'll stop here. I just mentioned that valuation-wise, OnGold bought Vanstar, which was their JV partner on Nelligan, just a year ago. They paid $40 an ounce for it. We're valued at $20 an ounce, and gold was only $2,000 an ounce when they announced that. Obviously, we're higher now. I'm already over my time. Thank you very much. I'll be here for the rest of the conference. Thank you.